Hey there, welcome to Planning to Prosper and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to be setting up our Prosper You Planner Hub together. So you've purchased your hub, you're ready to get started, but you're not sure where to start. This video is for you. We've simplified the process by providing an interactive PDF that is going to take you step by step by step exactly how to set up your hub, as well as to provide you with some really helpful resources at your fingertips. So to get started, let's go ahead and open up that guide, which I have pulled into GoodNotes because I'll be able to check things off, highlight things, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to open up the guide. Here it is. There are 2 pages in the guide, and you receive this when you purchase your hub. It's also available in the Planning to Prosper library. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my orientation. So I need to download my hub. So I'm going to think about, okay, what orientation do I want? Do I want landscape or do I want portrait? You receive both when you purchase the hub, so you just have to decide which one you want. For me personally, I like to have my iPad out in front of me on a tabletop. I have a 12.9-inch iPad, so it's just kind of cumbersome to hold, and I just like the extra real estate that I get with using landscape, but others prefer portrait. It's a total personal preference type of deal, so just really think about, okay, do I want portrait or landscape? And know too that you can change your mind because you're always going to have access to both once you make that purchase. So you can totally change it if you want to. You can also change your 1-month planners and your add-ons that you put into your hub. You can choose between portrait, landscape, and kind of change your mind later on down the road with those. So nothing is super permanent here or anything, there's no pressure. But for me, I'm going to choose landscape, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. So I'm going to choose landscape for my orientation, and then you're going to pick your format. Do you want your year to go January to December, July to June, or September to August? For me, I'm going to go ahead and do January to December because I'm going to start my new hub in January 2023. So now that I know what I want, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the download PDF for my hub. This is what you receive when you purchase your hub. It's going to say Prosper You Planner Hub in light mode. That's the one that I have purchased. And then you're going to notice a button here where it says tap here to download your purchase from our Dropbox. There's a whole video dedicated to how to download from Dropbox, so definitely check that out if you need some extra support. There's a little help section on the download PDF as well, where you can go directly to that how to download video, see all the tutorials that are available, or you can message me on Etsy if you're really stuck. And then there's also some links here to our very inspiring Facebook community that I highly recommend you join, as well as our Instagram. So I'm going to go ahead and tap here to download my hub. It's going to pop up an external link. I'm going to tap open, and it's going to pull up all of my options. So I know, okay, I want landscape. So look in the title of the file. So here's landscape, and I want January to December. So again, in the title, it's going to specify July to June, September to August, landscape, portrait. I want January to December landscape. So that's the one that I'm going to pick. So I'm going to tap on that. And then I am going to tap on export down here in the lower right-hand corner. And I am going to save it to my files. I always recommend just saving to your files, save it on your desktop, save an extra copy. It's nice to have a backup and everything, so I highly recommend doing that. I'll tap on export again, and I will actually just open this up directly in GoodNotes. So here's my GoodNotes app here. I'm going to tap on GoodNotes, and I'm going to import it as a new document because we do not want to combine it with this setup PDF. So I'm going to import as a new document, and I'm just going to keep that in my documents, or you can put which folder you want it in. So I'm going to import to documents, and there it goes. And here is my fresh new hub, ready to go, ready to set up. So that is the first step for getting acquainted with your hub, is import hub to your PDF annotation app of choice. I have done that. I put it in GoodNotes. Your next step is to check out the P2P tutorial playlist on YouTube. I have linked everything over here as well. So all of these are hyperlinked. If you tap on them with your pen tool off to activate the links, it will pop it up directly in YouTube. So how to download from Dropbox, the Planner Hub tutorials, the Hub navigation video, the hub setup video that you're watching now, the library tour video, how to set up a shortcut icon, and how to insert your 1 month planner. So all of the very big videos that I highly recommend watching are right there for you at your fingertips. So I've checked out the tutorial playlist, so I'm gonna check that off. And then I did watch the hub navigation video and I followed along so that I could kind of get familiar with where to find things in my hub. So I'm gonna check that off as well. And now we're ready to start setting our hub up. So we're gonna watch this video if you haven't already. We're good to go there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to rename my planner. So I'm gonna go over to my planner here and I'm going to tap on the very top here. And then where you see this little gray, darker gray rectangle, I'm gonna tap there and then tap the X button. That's gonna clear it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna rename with a little sparkle. I love the sparkles. And then you can do 2023 planner. And I will put another little sparkle there. So I've renamed my planner to 2023 planner, so that is all good to go. I'm gonna go back to my guide and check off that I have renamed my planner. And now I am going to add a label to my cover. So you'll see a little asterisk next to that one, the next step, and then there's also an asterisk down here. That means that those items can be found in the P2P library. And there's a video about how to access the library, a whole library tour and everything, so definitely check that out. So I have already downloaded those items from the library. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split screen with my files. And I'm going to go to my desktop where I have the planner cover labels. I've already downloaded those, as I mentioned. So they come in dark mode and light mode. I'm gonna pick light mode because that's the planner I've picked. And for my cover, I'm gonna pick which label I want. So you can kind of test them all out. There's a whole bunch of different ones. There's a 2023. That one's really cute. There's also this one. Ooh, that's really cute. I might go with that just to show them all to you. Here's another one that's a lot more like bold. And here's another one that says all the things, 2023. That one's really cute too. And this one here, my planner, this one's also a more bold option. So I think the one I'm gonna personally go with is this second one right here. I just really like that. I like the simplicity of it. So there we go. Now I have my cover label on my cover. Now the cover labels are PNG images, so they work just like stickers. So you would just plop it right in the little space where your cover is. And the link to open up your planner is located on that planner cover, and putting your sticker there does not affect it at all. So when I tap on it, we're good to go. So now I've got my cover label on, so I can go ahead and I can check that off. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my shortcut icon. So I have a whole video walking through this process as well. It's very, very simple to do. So I'm gonna just go through it actually more quickly, but if you want to see it slowed down, definitely check out that tutorial. So for me, I've already saved the icon I want for my shortcut to my camera roll. And I downloaded the file of shortcut icons from the P2P library. So that's this folder right here. So the one that I picked was photo 3. That's the one that I wanted. And I'm just gonna save that again to my camera roll just to show you the process. So now that I have that saved to my camera roll, I'm gonna go to the Shortcuts app. I'm going to tap on the plus symbol. And then I'm going to open up app, open up Good Notes. And then I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna find my 2023 planner that I've renamed. And then go up here to add it to my home screen, and I will change the photo to that little icon there. And you can kind of blow it up if you want. So we'll use that. And then I'm going to rename this. And I think I'll rename this 2023 planner. And add. And now you'll see that our little icon is down here, and when I tap on it, it's gonna automatically open up my 2023 planner. How cool is that? So again, if you wanna see that more slowed down, definitely check out that tutorial. but I have officially set up my shortcut icon. Obviously too, you don't have to do that, but I just think it's cool and really convenient. Next, I am going to add a photo and write my name on the home page. So to access the home page, I can either swipe or I can tap here and it's gonna open it up. So I can insert a photo here, and I think I'm just going to do this photo of my little girl. This is not my official like setup. I'm gonna be doing that later on, but this is just for an example. So I can add a photo of my little girl. I'll do my whole family when I officially set things up. So I can add a photo there, and then I can use my text tool and maybe use Better Together and put Stephanie, Anne, and I can make that larger, kind of blow that up a bit. And that looks good to me. So there's my name, there's my little photo and everything. So that's good to go. So I can check that off. And then I'm gonna choose my word of the year if I want to. I honestly have not really thought too much about my word of the year for 2023. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. You also don't have to do that. If you wanted to put like a different sticker there or something like that, you can. I know not everyone's into the whole word of the year thing, so feel free to block that out if you'd like to, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know. Maybe I will just do something like balance, because I know that's something I'm working on. That actually might end up being my word of the year, because that's something I really do need to work on. So we'll do balance. So I'll put that right there. So that is all set, so I can check that off as well. And then our next step is to add our mini months to the year at a glance page. So I'm gonna pop over to my hub here and navigate to my year at a glance page, which I can find through this little calendar here. So here's my year at a glance page, and again, I've downloaded all of the 2023 mini months from the P2P library already. So here they are right here. I'm gonna do light mode, and I want my mini months to be Sunday start. And then all you have to do simply is drag these over. So we're gonna do January. They're sized to fit these squares perfectly, so you can kind of just put them in there. So there's January, February. This is a very quick process and you only have to do it one time, but I made it intentionally like this so that you could reuse the hub every single year, which is really nice. So there's March and April. And I see a little gray there, so I'm gonna be picky and cover that up, April. And here's May. I personally love the drag and drop method with the files. I feel like it's the easiest way to do it. So May, there's June. Get a little bit bigger. And July. And August. And then September. And October. November. And December. Okay, and now look at that. My year at a glance page is all set up. It looks fantastic. So now what I can do is I can mark important dates. I can put little notes over here, mark birthdays, whatever you want to mark, you can do that. You can use this for your kids' school calendar, all sorts of different things that you can do with this year at a glance page. So that is all set up, and you saw how quick it was. It doesn't take hardly any time at all. So the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to insert the 1 month planner into my hub, and I do have a video kind of slowing down that process as well. So I'm going to go over to my 2023 planner, and I'm going to be inserting January. So I'm going to go to my January divider, go to the plus symbol, make sure after is selected because I want my planner to come after my divider. Then go to import, and I've saved my 1 month planner to my desktop. So here is the January planner, and I'm gonna do landscape light mode functional. So I've already downloaded that, saved that to my desktop. So I'm gonna tap on that, and it's going to import my 1 month planner. So now I'm all set to go for January. I've got all my calendars there, dashboard, everything like that. There's also a 1 month planner navigation video and everything, so definitely check that out if you would like. So I've inserted my 1 month planner to my hub. So I'm all set to go for the first month of the year. And the 1 month planners are released on a quarterly basis. So January, February, and March are now available in the shop. And then April, May, and June are going to be released in January, and the beginning of April, the next quarter will be released, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of how that works. So I've completed all my steps for this first page, and you're gonna notice down here it says check out next page for guidance on dividers and notebooks. So I'm gonna scroll on over to the next page, and here it says setting up dividers and notebooks in your hub, a step-by-step guide. So you're gonna write down everything you want to store and track in your hub. So I know for me, I like to track my budget. I also like to track our meal plans. I like to track our house projects. Reading is something I'd like to track in my hub. And I also do everything that's going on with P2P. So you get the gist. You're gonna write down everything that you wanna track in your hub. And there's an important note here to make sure you're being realistic and that you can keep up with all of it. Now, not everything you're going to wanna track in your hub. Like budgeting, for example, some people prefer to use apps like EveryDollar or Excel for their budget. You don't have to do absolutely everything in your hub. You just kind of wanna write down what you would like to keep within your hub. It helps to think of the hub as a binder, and you're adding sections into it. So there are 3 ways to organize and track all of those categories within your hub. You can track them behind a divider in a totally separate planner, and that's basically like a hyperlinked PDF. We have add-ons that are like that, or you can use the insert organizers to do that. So if you want something really in detail, totally separate from everything else, that is a great way to do it, is put it behind a divider. You can track it in one of the 12 notebooks that are available in the hub, and that's really good for inserts and widgets. And then you can also track within your 1 month planner itself. There are 10 blank pages in your 1 month planner where you can put, again, widgets and inserts and things like that. So those are your 3 ways to track. So down here, there's a little note. It says to take some time to really think about where you want to track each of the categories you've written down above. Do you want to track your budget, for example, in a totally separate planner? Or do you want it to be accessible in your 1 month planner? That's what I personally do. I use decorative budget inserts that match my monthly view. It's just something I really enjoy doing. So you can see a lot of my budget setup videos from recently where I walk through that whole entire process. But just kind of think about, you know, where you want things to be. So a good example would be like house management for me. That's something that I might keep in a notebook. It's not something I need to see in every single month. It's not something that I necessarily want in a totally separate planner, but it's something that I still want in my hub. So a notebook would be a great space for that. So if I'm tracking like my utilities throughout the year, I'm tracking, you know, I don't know, like landscaping services or something like that where it's happening like every so often or whatever it may be, that would be a really great place for that. So definitely check out our shop, all of the add-on options that we have available. There are more to come in the future as well. So definitely check that out. And then a very important note is to give yourself permission to change your mind and switch things up. Your needs will change throughout the year, and your planner can and should change with you. So I know a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves when they're setting up their hub. They want it to be absolutely perfect and something they're going to stick with the whole year. And I have learned that that is not very realistic because life changes. Sometimes we go through busier seasons and we just don't have as much time to keep up with things. Other times we have a lot more time and we want to be more creative and things like that. Your priorities are going to change throughout the year, so give yourself permission and grace to change your mind and switch things up as much as you want. That is why the hub system came about, was to give you that ability to switch things up completely guilt-free, you know, do what you gotta do, switch it up, it's all good. So anyways, that is it for this hub setup video. I have also provided a link to this PDF in the description box down below, and I will pin a comment with the link as well. If you already have your hub and you want to download it, you can access it through those links. You can get it in the P2P library, and then starting now, you will also receive this when you purchase the hub in our Etsy shop. So anyways, I hope that you found this setup video helpful, that you found this PDF guide helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to catch all of our future videos and tutorials, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye!